Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Elex, Blind. Now I have a side quest to look for all of the people that want Ray dead, and it just so happens one of them is over here.
I know Ray. Why are you looking for him?
Who isn't? Everyone is looking for Ray. There's a whole crate of shards on his head. Hey, wait a moment. Ray? Is that you? You sneaky bastard. Man, Ray, you are deep in the shit. Do you know that?
I am glad to see you too, Mason.
And who's this? Are you Ray's new watchdog or something?
Woof.
Oh, funny. Quick question. Do you know how much his ass is worth? That amount of shards isn't funny. So you and me might have a problem.
Why is he worth so much?
You don't know there's a contract out on him? I thought they were everywhere. I thought that was why you were looking for him.
Do you have one of those contracts with you?
And if I do?
You are going to tell me how you know Ray.
We used to be friends. We used to hang out in the same gang together, but you know what that counts for? Nothing.
Hand the contract over. Now.
Oh, you want to play rough, do you? You really want to try that? Fair enough. Here's the contract.
Did you mean to do that?
I'll get you.
Apparently Ray didn't like that. So would he prefer if I paid for him? Like, I guess he didn't like that because I killed his former friend, but he literally wanted him dead, so, I mean, Mason wanted Ray dead.
Mason had a copy of the contract on him. It seems all your old gang are after you.
Why would anyone think I was this important? We still haven't found all the copies of the contract. Yeah, let's hope we find the rest before someone tries to collect on it.
Someone's going to a lot of trouble over you. Are you sure you can't think why?
You say trouble? My old crew wouldn't cost much to get on side. Cheapskates. It is depressing, though. The people I put my life on the line for seem to be conspiring to kill me. Yeah. What would you expect from outlaws? But we were more than that. We were friends. Now, maybe I'll have to kill all of them before they kill me. Unless we can find out who is behind this.
Is everything okay with us?
Hey, you're alive, I'm alive. That's gotta be good, right? You know, for an alb, you're practically a person, you know that? Being shot out of the sky did you some good.
Okay, but I don't exactly know where to look for the rest of the contracts. Is this a situation similar to that with Kaya? In that he will periodically sort of bring up another one of his friends as a possible person I could look for? If so, then I'll just carry on with the main quest, I guess, and he will eventually, speak up. Because the quest marker points to Wyatt, right? Yeah, but Wyatt had nothing more to say. So I think I will just carry on with the main quest, and, I guess Ray will eventually speak up. So let's go meet my brother. Where would that be?
I'll take care of this. Down to me, is it?
Okay, there's seemingly nothing up there. I think I might have looted this place when fighting the Alb army that was going to invade Abessa.
I doubted what I was told, that you were failing the hybrid. Yet now even the fact that you still breathe stands against the directive. Why did you come here, Jax? What did you expect to find?
My brother.
You appeal to me with emotion? The bond of blood with you, with Father, once gave me honor. Now all I have is shame. Your execution should have saved me from that.
And yet, here I stand. You failed the directive, Kallax. Perhaps we aren't perfect after all. Wardek hid the truth. We were born free people. Elex, the hybrid, our father. They decided what we would become.
Powerful, superior. They opened the door to our evolution. Our past is irrelevant.
So we've been told. But what other lies have we yet to uncover? You take the promises of the future and serve with that question. But even now as an Alexiter, what does the hybrid tell you, Kallax? What do you know of the truth?
From the ashes came the clerics, believers in Kalan. From Kalan came the albs, believers in the future. From Elex came the hybrid, seer of all things. Together we serve no god, we bow to no person. Together we shall evolve.
Evolve into what? The albs existed before the hybrid. Now we serve him. Now we bow to him. He has taken the place of Kalan.
Do you think you can anger me? I don't need anger, brother. The directive tells me you must die. What is dead should stay dead.
What? That's bullshit. Like, how did that happen? I call major bullshit on this. I really hope I can skip the cutscene.
Yet now,
Okay, I can.
What?
But still.
So, Kallax said he has some experience.
I still do definitely call bullshit. Like, they literally appeared from thin air.
I doubted what I was. Yet you.
So, but
From.
so, Kallax said a trap.
Oh, fuck. I suppose I'll have to deal with this.
He has some experience.
Is he still there or did he flee? I guess he did flee. And I guess I wasn't here, judging by all the remaining loot.
Citizens are advised that those remaining in the open will have a low chance of survival. There is a high chance of strong aftershocks, earthquakes, and tsunami. Damage across areas surrounding the impact site will be catastrophic. while dust and debris from the impact is forecast to lead to dust storms, prompting a period of cooling that will mean the failure of most crop species. It is no exaggeration to say that we could be facing the end of our world. Citizens are asked to gather as many supplies as possible. Please wait for additional local instructions. All citizens are advised to seek shelter immediately. Government sources have now confirmed that Comet XJLY is on a direct collision course with our planet. Reports say that panic has already broken out in many cities, with citizens leaving to seek shelter in mountain areas. Seek shelter immediately, and may your gods be with you. The government has been overthrown. The military has taken control in a coup that has seized all parliament buildings. There is no word from the president. All that we can do is wait and hold our breath. We will transmit information for as long as we can. May your gods be with you.
Okay, so the people of Magellan were... Okay, I was about to say they were polytheistic, but I guess that depends on... Because, you know, the may your gods be with you might just imply, you know, your different gods of different religions, even if there is a singular god in a particular religion. Technically speaking, humanity as a whole is polytheistic, kind of, even in, you know, in our reality. Even if we only took the monotheistic religions, then if you combine them, if you combine all of the practitioners into a shared group of, you know, humanity as a whole, that still comes up as them believing in multiple gods altogether.
What? Are we fighting now?
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what's the deal with those suddenly appearing albs, but do I have anything more to do, or should I now just report to Pilgrim Thorald? Wardek's information was incorrect. Kallax was not traveling alone, and his guards almost caught me. Why did Wardek tell me that he would be alone? Was my father trying to kill me? Let's confront him about that, I guess.
The survival of our people matters above all else.
Kallax lured me into a trap. You told me Kallax was traveling alone, but I was ambushed by several units of Alb soldiers.
I told you what I knew of him. Kallax must have changed his plans.
Where did you get that information in the first place?
From Kallax.
Then either you lied, or Kallax used you to set a trap for me.
The hybrid has made him blind to all other things. You must help set your brother free from the hybrid's control.
I can't promise you that.
This nonsense has to end. He was your brother in arms. He is your brother by blood.
Kallax told me I was to become an Alexander, one of the chosen. What does that mean?
That you were directly under the hybrid's control, working together as a group to do the hybrid's will.
But I don't remember even having access to the hybrid. As a full Alexander, Kallax was the one who had access. He was the one who always spoke directly to him. There must be more to this. It just doesn't add up.
Then you need to speak to Kallax yourself.
I would have done, but the combat mechs you failed to warn me about had other ideas.
There must be another way to reach him.
And how do I do that without walking into another trap?
You will have to find a place where the combat mechs won't go. Then, you'll need to lure him there.
Any suggestions for where I can lure him?
No. That's a question you'll have to answer yourself.
Lure Kallax? Are you serious?
It's better than you fighting his combat mechs.
Then give me a suggestion, Father. If you want to help him, then help me.
Something important happened in the past that I have yet to tell you. Kallax has known for some time, and I think he fears the truth.
What is it he fears?
Losing his rank as a Lexitor.
Tell me this secret.
There is a small fishing village on an island to the south of Idan. It is now long abandoned. You should go there. That is where you will find the answers you are seeking.
You must be able to tell me more than that.
I could tell you, but you may not believe me. You have to see it yourself to understand. I will speak to you when you return.
So where would that island be? Oh, that's where some of the people were exiled to.
So, this is the place Wardek wanted me to see. This place, there's something familiar about it. I have been here before. This path, this beach. It was a long time ago, but I was here. I was still a child, a young child. I lived here with my parents. This was my home. It was raining. They came out of the darkness with their weapons of light and fire. People ran in panic. They ran. They were cut down. The town on fire. Screaming. Another boy hiding near me. Just as afraid as I was. Everyone else was gone. All that remained were the lifeless bodies in the surf. It was just me and the other boy. Then one of the attackers found us and took us with them. He named me Jax, and the other boy, Kallax. So, that is what Wardek kept secret all these years. Kallax and I were born in Zakor. We came from Idan. We were born berserkers. Why would Wardek hide that from us?
Yeah, this is nice, isn't it?
Okay. To be honest, I find the mechanism of that reveal to be a little bit weird. Like, if what's the word? If Jax can just recall what happened to him as a young child, what difference does it make whether he just had this sudden revelation that he remembered it all along just because he looked at the beach, which, by the way, is nonsensical because I was in that place already before and he didn't remember anything then. So
We shouldn't stay here
it
too
seems absolutely arbitrary and kind of stupid.
I've been to the fishing village in Idan.
Then do you understand?
That Kallax and I were born berserkers and not albs? Do I understand that you killed our parents and carried us off to the Ice Palace as your children? What I don't understand is why.
I wanted heirs. I had achieved much, but I wanted to found a dynasty of the most powerful albs to follow in my footsteps. But I couldn't have children. So I did what albs do. I took what I wanted, and I was successful. Look at what you and Kallax achieved. You rose to the very top in Zakor. My legacy was almost complete. You were poised to rule.
We were. Then someone set me up. Now, your bastard children are trying to kill each other.
Yes, all the plans I had shattered.
Your plans? You destroyed our lives.
What life are you talking about? I saved you from death when the Albs destroyed your village. Your parents would be dead anyway. Your lives would have been short, desperate, futile. What would you be? A fisherman? A vagrant in the forests? A wanderer amongst the rat holes of Idan? You both have me to thank for lives of greatness. This truth is what you can use to lure Kallax. He wants to hold on to power, and fears that if the truth of his birth became known, then he would lose that power. Threaten to reveal the truth, and Kallax will come to you. There is one place Kallax will not dare to take anyone from Zakor. You will know it when you see it.
So is that place the island? Because
Listen to your inner voice, my son. Know your strength.
I don't entirely know what he means, to be honest. I have to talk to Thorald, apparently? What does Thorald have to do with any of this? Like, I guess I have to to talk to Thorald anyway, because I've completed his other mission, so might as well.
Yeah, that's a ruin, all right.
My raider is almost ready. The mechanic is preparing to bring the reactor online.
Good. It could prove useful.
Then are you going to tell me your plans?
Get the raider finished. We need everything complete before I will share my plans with you. Good. What else can you report?
You were right. Zardom was behind the attack on my raider.
You were betrayed by your own. What will you do now you know Zardom was responsible for the attack?
Nothing, until I can find him. He's disappeared.
Sadly, I doubt that means he's dead. His disappearance must be part of his plan, whatever that may be. Yes. And?
Kallax trapped me.
And you survived?
You had an audience with the hybrid?
He summoned me, I obeyed. He opened his mind to me and I saw the universe. Skies stretching to infinity. I always knew his mind stretched across Magellan. But what I saw, the hybrid truly sees all.
And so the hybrid serves the albs, and the albs will see his directive is carried out. All Elex to the hybrid.
There was something else though, Jax. A sense of the past. But I couldn't see it.
The hybrid shows us only what we need to see.
What did you see when you had your audience with the hybrid?
I don't know. I don't remember anything from then. I know I saw him, that we spoke. That since then, I have known his will, understood his purpose clearer than I did before.
I heard Tarek and Parsec discussing the time before the hybrid. The moment they found him, I think that is what I was sensing.
The hybrid has given us purpose. Before him, we sought evolution. Only with him can we find it.
Tarek said the hybrid saw the fall, that Magellan ignored his warning about the comet.
Such stories are irrelevant.
The past is irrelevant. Only the future counts. All Elex to the hybrid.
All Elex to the hybrid. Yes, but it seems Kallax still thinks I must be killed.
Then you have even more motivation to reach the Ice Palace. You've made progress. But the Albs must lose all their influence on the lands of the free people. And you must be ready to deliver on your promise to reach the hybrid. Then you will have earned my trust. Return to me when you have more to report.
The converters you wanted destroyed. There are no more active converters. I shut them all down.
Then, on behalf of the Free People, I thank you. The converters are the worst thing your people ever did to us. Well, I say your people, but perhaps you have earned my trust enough to separate you from the Albs and Zakor. Perhaps we can work together. It seems you can deliver on your word. I would not have thought it possible for anyone to shut down all of the converters. Your deeds will be remembered by all the Free People. We have a real chance to win the war now. Now we take the war to the hybrid. Now the hybrid must die, so everyone can be free.
You want to kill the hybrid?
Kill or convert. My studies indicate that mana will poison him. Kill him if we must. But there is also a chance we can change him with it.
You're getting ahead of yourself. First, you've got to tell me your plans.
Very well. But there's much to discuss. Ask your question, and I will see if I can answer.
And so, full circle. Sent to Thorald from the Ice Palace. To learn the truth. To kill the truth. And now I return. The hybrid stronghold that I defended for so long. Unquestioning. Serving the hybrid in my addiction to Elex. But what is it that Zakor is really defending? Thorald wants to strike at the hybrid by destroying the Elex that feeds it. But what is the hybrid using the Elex for? Has his vision failed, leaving me to act outside the directive? Or am I merely part of his greater plan? Who planned the failure of my mission? Did they want me to die? Or did they want Thorald to live? And so, full circle. Sent to hybrid, I go back to the Ice Palace to learn the truth, to kill the truth.
Okay, but I haven't actually finished my conversation with Thorald, so once again, it's pretty weird how Jack just randomly wandered off during the conversation to deliver his philosophical monologue into the empty air.
So, what are your plans for getting into the Ice Palace?
The Albs will move the bulk of their forces to the borders of Zakor. We need to take out those positions. That will open the way for a direct assault. What I need to know first is whether the Separatists will help us with this attack, or if they attack us as we move against Zakor. Are you ready?
What will make you trust the Separatists?
The same as it took to trust you. I want to see them start shooting at Albs. Actions speak more than words. Actions earn trust.
Your plan is a frontal attack.
We've scouted the Ice Palace, and now is the time to strike. The Albs have moved their forces. They trust too much in those energy barriers of theirs. All we need to do is take out the barrier generators, and we will open our way in. Your raider is perfect for that task. That's why we need it.
How are we going to destroy the barrier generators?
We crippled a similar generator when we attacked the converter here in Idan. All we had to do was target the ventilation port. It took one shot from our ballista to cripple the generator, and that brought the shield down. Your raider cannon has a lot more power than a ballista. So, if you hit the generator's ventilation port at full power, it will blow and the Ice Palace will lose its defense.
One raider won't stop an army.
The Albs' biggest weak point is Elex. With the converters gone, we've cut off their new supplies. Now, we need to take out what they have stockpiled.
So, what are you planning to do when you get to the hybrid?
Heal him. If we can bring him into contact with a seedling, it will transmute the Elex within him, changing his nature. We can heal him as we heal the planet.
To reach the hybrid, we will need the code to his chamber.
Don't you think I know that? But none of my prisoners have known the code or would give it up. All I have discovered is that it has something to do with the hybrid's past.
But what? The Elexitors are the only ones with access to the hybrid. Anyone below that rank can't enter the chamber unless the hybrid calls them personally.
Then you need to find an Elexitor and get the code out of him.
And what if your plan to transmute all their Elex stocks doesn't work?
If they still have their Elex, we can't fight the Alb army. We will have to target their commanders instead. If we kill the Alb commanders in charge of the defenses around the Ice Palace, the resistance should crumble. With them dead, the soldiers won't stop us getting into the Ice Palace.
You said we could change the hybrid instead of killing him?
We can try and change him with mana. If it doesn't work, the mana will poison him. Is that a problem?
You think killing should be an easy decision?
That thing hasn't hesitated to order the deaths of hundreds, thousands. There is a chance we can convert it, change it with mana. But change him or kill him, he must be stopped.
Like, I think maybe it's worth a try, but what I'm worried about is some kind of a reveal that mana is actually equally as bad as pure Elex, just in a different way, because that's what the quest with Kaya was kind of implying, that mana is still alive, much as Elex itself is, and I fear that there is going to be a twist of some sorts, and also apparently killing the hybrid is a more emotional option, but I guess that might be because Jax hates him at the moment. Because the cold meter, you know, it isn't exactly a morality system. It doesn't gauge how good or evil your responses are, it gauges how emotional they are. So anger is actually a human emotion. It lowers your cold to react in anger. So I guess that's why killing the hybrid is a low cold response. But I don't. Any of those choices don't imply that there is no dialogue line that implies we should do what Thorald himself suggests, which is to try to heal him first. Because work with him does not necessarily imply that. That implies some level of cooperation with maybe with the current version of the hybrid, which I think wouldn't work. I think we might have to kill him.
Killing the hybrid is the only way to save Magellan. For all his knowledge and power, he must answer for what he has done. Whatever his plan is, it can't be worth the damage he's caused.
I agree. While there is a chance we could stop the fighting and keep his knowledge, we would be risking all of Magellan to try. We can hope the mana will heal him, as it is healing Magellan. Maybe we could force him onto a different path, but the safety of the planet must come first, even if that means killing him.
The Elexitors say that the hybrid has a greater plan for all of us. That he knows the nature of Elex and why it came to our world. That he has the power to see the future. Before we act, we should find out what the hybrid knows. If we don't gain the knowledge, we could pay the price for it.
Well, if he has a plan that is supposed to benefit us, I haven't seen a sign of it. That thing only wants power. Listen to him if you must, but take this seedling into the chamber with you. You must attach it to the hybrid. That is how we will tame him or kill him.
How far advanced is your plan to transmute the Elex?
The planning is complete. If it works in practice, then all the Elex on Magellan should be transmuted. But I can't control that amount of magical energy on my own. I will need a strong mage to help me. Someone who truly understands the nature of Elex and mana.
Then ask Kaya.
Kaya has the ability. But as for the temperament, this isn't the time for impulsiveness. The magic we'd be channeling if she didn't follow orders.
What other choice do you have?
Well, bold times take bold decision. I'll have to trust her. But she won't listen to a request from me. You must ask her to do it.
The last time I tried to confront Kallax, he didn't come alone. There were albs patrolling the area where we were to meet. I need to get him alone.
Then you must choose a place yourself. Zardum's old hiding place, for instance. Maybe there you will get a chance to meet Kallax alone.
It's good that I know where and how I can challenge Kallax. I will send Kallax a message through my adjutor. I expect he will go there straight away.
Then you should act now, before he decides to attack you.
Okay, so let's take care of that first. Go to Zardam's hiding place.
I know you're here, Kallax. Show yourself so we can end this.
Where is the tactical skill that had the hybrid ready to appoint you one of the chosen? There you stand in the open, ready to be picked off. How vulnerable your feelings have made you.
What brought you here, Kallax? I sent you one message and you came running.
So, you know about our past? Wardek should have kept our secret. I will not let you spread the story further. I will keep my honor.
That sounds like emotion to me, Kallax. Fear, anger, confusion. Which of those drove your attempt to murder me?
Murder? You failed your mission. The directive is clear. Failure of a mission is punishable by execution. Is that why you really came here, Jax? Are you ready to die?
What did you mean, appoint me to the Chosen?
All albs the hybrid sees as having Elexitor potential have a biocore chip implanted to maximize their efficiency. They and others he sees the potential in. We have been selected to serve his future. To ensure the future comes to pass, you had been chosen to evolve to the next level. The hybrid had even had you implanted with a chip ready to communicate with you, so he could guide your thoughts.
If I have a chip, then why hasn't the hybrid ordered me back to Zakor? How can I have my free will?
Because you got lucky. Your chip must have been damaged when I attempted to execute you. That is the only explanation.
Convenient that your proof has been destroyed.
Tell me, Jax, do you never see images you can't explain? Visions?
Yes.
Some of those will be memories. Others are thoughts that spring from your connection to the hybrid. He sees the future, the plans of the free people. All of Magalan and some of those visions will have leaked into your mind through the chip.
Okay, so I feel like that must be at least partially true, because I was wondering why could I quote-unquote remember scenes in which Jax didn't take part, or at least that he arrived late to. And I guess those are the hybrid's memories, or like the hybrid's premonitions, rather than Jack's memories.
How long have you known that we are the children of berserkers?
I have always known. You were too young to remember, but I have always remembered the faces of my real parents. But they too are irrelevant. We benefited from the fact we were taken from the berserkers.
You are my brother. That must count for something.
Are you trying to provoke an emotional reaction? Emotions are a waste of energy. They cloud perception.
I must speak to the hybrid directly. What is the code to his chamber?
Only Elexitors can be told that. You are no Elexitor.
I know the code is something to do with the hybrid's past, but all I know of his past is that the albs found him, that he showed our leaders the future and took control of our people.
The past is irrelevant. All that counts is the future.
So why does the hybrid hide this? What is it about his past that he wants to stay hidden? You saw his past when you had an audience with him.
What I saw is irrelevant.
The universe, skies stretching to infinity. Does that relate to the code? You said Tarek talked about the old world. Is that a clue? Come on, Kallax. You know there is more to this. I know you wanted answers then. you must still want them.
I serve the directive. The law demands the death of those who learn it illegally.
So I'm right. It is something to do with his past, with what you saw.
The past is irrelevant.
You expect me to believe that you have never wondered about the code? It could be anything. It would be logical for it to be random. It would be efficient to change it, but instead the code remains the same and is rumored to link to his past. Doesn't that sound emotional? Why would he stick with something like that? It has to mean something.
You are allowing your own emotions to cloud your thinking.
Our world is in the hands of the hybrid. We should know what makes him who he is.
The past is irrelevant. All that counts is the future. The hybrid must achieve supremacy. You have come to me with the emotion and twisted logic of the free people. Listening to you any longer is a waste of time. I will end this here and now. You had your chance, but you let it pass. You will not stand against me.
So do I have to kill him? Or will he flee if he starts losing?
This doesn't work. That isn't going to work. This doesn't work. So, the code is something to do with the hybrid's past. And the vision that Kallax saw. Kallax's reaction proves I'm on the right track. And it has something to do with the old world. Perhaps it might mean something to Harley. He knows a lot about old world installations.
Okay, so I guess I had the option to flee him, because it said Kallax's death will have far-reaching consequences. So it seems I could have not killed him, I could have fled, and then he would have lived. But oh well. I guess I'm in this boat now. Now, the hybrid is obviously connected with the Infinite Skies and probably has the code, maybe has something to do with the bunker beneath here. But let's go to Harley, I guess, and ask him about that. Now, it might have been a mistake to kill Kallax, but usually on a first playthrough especially...
Commander, supplies located.
Thanks, you four.
On a first playthrough especially, I try to stick with the consequences of my actions, even if I do something stupid or wrong. So I guess Kallax is just dead. Like, I could have fled, and I presume he would have lived, maybe. And maybe there was a way to turn him in the end. But oh well.
How are you getting on with the raider?
We're almost there, but only almost.
What else do you need to get the raider ready?
One of the control jets must have taken a hit when it came down. If we don't fix that, the only thing you'll be flying is circles.
How do we get a new control jet?
Well, only the albs built this kind of raider. So I guess the only place I can think of would be an alb maintenance center. That means looking near the Ice Palace in Zakor.
So, not easy to get. I need that raider ready. The albs are gathering strength to attack the free lands. We have to be one step ahead of them.
Well, I almost have the thing done, but... You want to take it to Zakor? Don't forget, half of that crate is mine.
This raider is the only chance to stop the alb attack.
I was afraid you'd say something like that. You'll get the raider when I'm ready. And one more thing. Let's not pretend that I don't know who you really are, okay? You've done some impressive stuff, so don't turn out to be a shit in the end, will ya? So, when does the raider have to be ready?
There are a few things to take care of first.
Is there a timescale coming at any point?
All right, so this is where we're up to. I have to take care of the alb commanders in Zakor. That way, I can open up a path to get to the Ice Palace without the alb forces in that area killing me before I've managed to get close. I still have to figure out what the Separatists will do when we march into Zakor. Thorald the Pilgrim is yet to complete his Elex experiment. That must be done before we attack. I still need to learn the access code for the hybrid's chamber. I need that before I attempt to enter the Ice Palace. You still need your control jet for the Raider.
Well, sounds like there's still something to do. Come back when that's taken care of. I'll make sure that the Raider is prepared. Just make sure you get it done before the whole damn Alb army shows up here. One question. They're saying you're fighting your brother.
So?
So, is this just some big family bust-up? Is there any chance you're gonna turn around and buddy up again? I'm only asking because, you know, this affects the fate of the world and shit.
Well, there is no chance of us buddying up again because he's dead. I've killed him.
I met with my brother Kallax, the Elexitor.
Ah, really? And you beat him, right? And we should be happy you're not in pieces. I mean, that guy's a maniac, right?
My brother won't trouble us anymore. But this is far from over.
So, this is more than just a family feud. So what's the problem?
The Albs are led by the hybrid. It is him they serve. It is him they pledge their lives to. But I don't know why. I don't know what he is planning for the Albs, or for Magellan. Everything that happens, that has happened for generations, is because of the hybrid. Only he can answer my questions. Only he can end this war.
So, what are you planning?
If I am to get the answers I need, then I have to find a way to get to the hybrid in the Ice Palace. But that means I need to get the code to access his chamber.
Do you know where you can get it?
All that I know is the code has something to do with the hybrid's past, and has something to do with stars, the universe, infinite skies.
Infinite skies. Hey, that's something I've seen before in a couple of places. But where? Where? Yeah, I got it. There's an old industrial complex out to the southwest of Idan where I found some stuff that mentioned that. An old lab there. But, nah, forget it. Why would that have anything to do with the hybrid?
You mean the old world ruins at the foot of the mountain? Where I found the first replacement part for the Raider?
Yeah, that's the place. That's where I saw those words. It could be a coincidence, but... weird, huh? I mean, maybe you can find the answer there.
Perhaps, but there's only one way to find out, and that means going there.
Okay, but I've been there.
Yeah, good job.
The pacing of this game is overall pretty weird and a little nonsensical, because, once again, much as with the Origin Village, I've been to that place already, and sure, I've found plenty of mentions of the Infinite Skies, and plenty of mentions of Kalan, for example, which shapes up to be some kind of an AI, maybe, or something like that. But now I'm returning there, and I will supposedly find some new information, even though, you know, by logically speaking, I should have probably found it the first time I was there.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't really know what to think about that.
Yeah.
But oh well. I will start by telling my father that I killed my brother, which is one hell of a conversation to have. I am a bit salty about that, but also I think, if I understand this correctly, that I had to flee and then I would have the chance to fight him another day, then it's a pretty cool game mechanic, because that's something that, you know, games condition you to not really consider surrender an option in combat. Like, you either win or you die and then you reload and try again. So if I had to really flee and it would change the story, then that's actually a pretty cool way of doing that. I guess my father is gone.
Have you seen Wardek, my father?
I thought he was traveling with you. I don't know where he is now.
I'm ready to attack the Ice Palace.
You have achieved much, but I am still to understand your intentions.
What do you mean?
Which side are you fighting for? Are you fighting against the hybrid? Or are you only motivated by your need to revenge yourself against the Alexiters?
Now, I am not that enamored with the cause of the Albs. I think taking pure Elex and turning into an emotionless killing machine is a stupid thing to do. But I'm not going to say I'm on the side of the free people, because he might kind of misconstrue that and be distrustful of me. I'll try with this.
The Alexiters are our common enemy. That should be enough.
But what are your intentions for the hybrid? Will you admit that he seeks to control the destiny of the Albs? We will only fight alongside you if you share our interests. The hybrid goes, the old directives must be restored. Tell me your intentions.
Okay, the Zakor should subjugate the free people. I wouldn't agree with that, even if I had low cold. Although then I guess I would be geared towards that kind of playthrough. The hybrid's rule must end. On that we are clear, but I'm not sure whether I want the Albs to restore their original directive, because it seems to have always involved consuming vast amounts of Elex. It's just that the hybrid took it for himself after he took over. But the hybrid has to be destroyed, I guess, or at least his rule has to end. That's actually a kind of vaguely worded. I like that, because you can actually twist that in several different ways.
The hybrid's rule must end. There's no other way to finish this.
Then we stand with you. I will order final preparations to begin. We will meet again in Zakor. Victory will be ours.
This decision will have far-reaching consequences. I really hope the Separatists don't screw over the other free people in the end, so that would be a, an annoying ending to that whole story. Code for the hybrid. Okay, so this does lead me to where I thought it did, which again is a little bit weird and a little bit nonsensical even, I would say. But maybe it's something I genuinely overlooked. That's certainly possible, I'm not the most observant of people. But if it's something that has always been here, then I kind of call bullshit. There was like an elevator shaft that I was supposed to jump down.
I think we had better be careful here.
Alright. I remember the path to that bunker down there was a little convoluted, or at least that's how it seemed to me.
isn't going to work. Here's the place Harley said he found reference to Infinite Skies, an old-world complex, built to hide something from the outside world. Infinite Skies, a corporation that worked on secret research in the old world. They say the hybrid saw the day the comet struck. He survived. It must be true. Here he was, holed up and hidden in a device of his own making in order to protect himself from the impact, saved from the fires, but changed by the Elex. A man become mutant. All that had possessed him while he was a man was the thought of surviving the disaster that was to come. He tried to prepare a select group, those who would be welcomed to the Infinite Skies. A chance to leave the planet, to avoid destruction. But the plan failed. The government failed to listen to him. He had failed to save them. All he wanted to do was survive. So here he hid. Here he survived. But what did he become? Elex flooding his body. His hunger for it grew. His mind opened. He became more dependent on it. But what was this man? Who was it that became the hybrid that rules Acor today? Dr. Adam Charles Dawkins. Immortal, inaccessible, all-powerful. The pinnacle of evolution. Still driven by the need to survive, he began to see the future. He saw the future then. But what of now? Can the hybrid truly see the future? What does he want for himself? Survival, safety, a future for us. There is only one way to know. I must speak to him, secured with a password that referred to the name its human form once took. Now I can reach him. His name, Dr. Adam Charles Dawkins.
Okay, this is nonsensical, and also I'm dead, which is pretty annoying.
I will finally get the answers I'm seeking.
Because it was hilarious how the enemy was just standing there, waiting for me to finish, my monologue once again. But that's that quest done, I guess. Needs a powerful mage. I can talk with her.
Thorald needs your help with this Elex experiment.
So he thinks he's finally done it, does he? That he can take away the fighting strength of the albs with one act of magic. You should help him. Tell Thorald I'll be there when he starts the experiment.
Okay. What else do I have on my agenda? Kill of all of the Alps commanders and the new control jet. Where is this? Over here. So that's actually pretty close to one of the converters. I might just try doing that. There's a lot of alb forces around, which I presume I will mostly need to kill as part of that quest to kill the alb commanders.
I'll take care of this one.
Okay, that didn't exactly work. You know what? I am going to actually end this episode here, and then the next one should be self-contained when I demolish all of Zakor. So for now, I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.